With Jere's reluctant approval, Conrad was traveling to Paris in the penultimate episode of The Summer I Turned Pretty to try to win back his true love. Conrad finds his way to Belle's home in the French city at the beginning of this episode, and he boldly rings her doorbell. He waits since no one responds. Conrad is seated on a bench in a prime location to watch Belle and her real lover, Benito, arrive in a stylish summertime ensemble on a red Vespa. Indeed, she now has a lob. As a terrible reminder of the past, he watches them kiss. However, when Benito takes off, he approaches her rather than fleeing. Belle gives him a hug despite being utterly astonished. Belle is aloof, but he claims he took the train from Brussels for her birthday, which is tomorrow. She chooses to stay with Conrad till she leaves for dinner even though she already has plans. But she still doesn't seem excited. Belle carries his bags up to the flat so she can touch up her red lipstick and have a little private freakout. Belle asks herself in a voiceover and says she intends to send Conrad on his way right away. Jeremiah is cooking a large lunch in Denise's apartment back in the United States. He is preparing a private meal to demonstrate his apparent rise to prominence as a chef-influencer. Jere reveals that he is aware of Conrad's task in Paris, and Conrad texts him to wish him success. He informs Denise that he is now fine with it, the anticipation was the bad part. There is some awkwardness because Jere also gave Denise a new couch. Since Denise is relocating to San Francisco to pursue seed capital for her and Steven's business, she won't require it. Taylor is furious when she hears Denise discussing the transfer, even though Steven hasn't told her yet. Steven recently moved to Boston for her, and now he's plotting in secret. Additionally, the pub where Jere's celebration is being held tonight is overflowing. Jere is persuaded by Taylor and Denise to hold the gathering at the cousins' beach property instead of canceling the entire evening. He chooses to go even though he hasn't been there since the non-wedding. With that resolved, Denise implores Taylor to keep her cool until after the meal, as it may also impact her career. There isn't time to scream at Steven because there are many logistics to plan. On a tourist bus, Conrad and Belle are seeing the major landmarks, but the atmosphere is weird and quite serious. Conrad is seeing flashbacks to their former relationship, but they are unable to rekindle it. At last, Conrad makes an effort to speak, stating that he has been picturing Belle's life in Paris and wishes to experience the city in the same manner as she does. At last, they exit the Eiffel Tower track and climb onto a roof to enjoy the view. Belle talks about how her supervisor Celine showed her this rooftop and some of her early troubles in Paris. She was able to adjust to her new life after going up there. Conrad likens Paris to the human body, which makes sense when viewed as a whole in concert. Belle thinks of Conrad, who is 10 years old. She tells him that thinking of him helped her get settled in Paris in the early going. He always thought she could pull it off. Touched, Belle extends an invitation to her pre-birthday supper with pals that evening. Taylor suggests that Denise is actually there to aid Jere, not her, wink wink, when they are trying to sort things out in cousins. Taylor hardly stops bringing up San Francisco when Steven shows up. When her wait staff is unable to see her cousins, she eventually loses it. Conrad is admiring Belle's gorgeous abode and some pictures of Benito while they prepare dinner. He remembers winning Junior Mint for Belle so many years ago, though, and he also sees him. Belle no longer resembles the young girl when she arrives all decked out. She is a stunning adult woman. Sparks flare when he helps her put on her bracelet, but Belle resists. Belle's cruel former roommates and pals are present at the party, and they all know Conrad's name. They embrace him wholeheartedly, even Benito, who appears to be rather unconcerned with the circumstance. He is winning the love triangle, for the time being, anyway, when he presents Belle with a painting of her looking stunning in bed that he obviously stole as a birthday present. Gemma brings up the botched wedding and Conrad's declaration of love after drinking a lot of wine. Benito becomes serious now and inquires as to why he is present at all. Conrad acknowledges that he altered his ticket. Subsequently, it is revealed that Belle, I'm sorry, Isabel, left Benito 6 weeks earlier because she refused to accompany him to Mexico. Conrad has returned to the game. The oldest Fisher talks about his cousins and how he wanted to give his old pal a portion of the summer cottage. Belly's friends inquire as she opens her presents whether she will be opening Conrad's later. Belly takes a puff after Celine also gave her a marijuana. Conrad chooses not to smoke as an homage to the past, and she and he appear to be reflecting on bygone days by the pool. Jere's fraternal brothers will be filling in as waiters back at the house. Finally noticing Taylor's demeanor, Stephen is informed by Jere that she is aware of San Francisco. When Adam arrives with a case of wedding champagne, the situation gets even worse. As Jere considers calling off dinner once more, Denise calms him down to prevent another outburst. After calming down, he tells her that he's happy they met. Denise runs away, avoiding the energy that exists between them. Adam confesses that Kaylee left him in front of Laurel and John. He attempts to persuade the Conklins to accompany him on a cruise for singles. They talk about Belly's previous birthdays after he rejects them and leaves them alone. Redbird returns, tries to act like a sommelier, and pours Laurel a large glass of wine.